That's not gonna work. Welcome to Getting Spiked with Reagan Distance, brought to you by Tobacco Road Sports Radio. This is our final episode of this first season of Getting Spiked. I'm Lily Connor, and I'm a senior.
I'm Charlotte Miller, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Paige Askew, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Kate Henderson, and I'm a junior.
So the first topic today, we kind of want to talk about our cross-country wrap-up, and talk about regionals and states, and how we think the year went for everyone.
I think that the year went really well. I mean, state was pretty disappointing not having the whole girls team go. I know that was pretty tough, but it was really promising. Like, we were super close, just one spot away, which can be sad, but I think it's also like a really good sign for next year. And I got to go, which was great. But next year, I think we have a good chance of getting the whole team to go, which is really exciting.
Yeah. It was my first season of cross country, so it was really fun to get to like experience all of the positives and negatives of a cross country season, just see how it like differs from track. I thought conference and regionals were pretty hard for me because I started having some troubles with my knee, so trying to figure out that was a bit of a challenge, but yeah, they were, I think, overall good races, and as far, maybe not as far as like times or PRs go, but I think it was good racing.
Yeah, I think overall conference and regionals went pretty well, though we didn't like place to race in states as a team. I think, like as Kate was saying, like just by like seeing how close we came and like how far I think us as a team has came, it kind of gave us like really good hope and like also like results to trust in going into next cross country season. So I think it ended on a pretty good note.
Yeah, it was my last cross country season. Bittersweet, but I think it was good. This season I kind of just focused on like having fun, enjoying my last season with the team. And I had a good season. Cross country, like I'm more of a track person, so cross country was kind of just training for track for me. But I did have fun, and I have a lot of hope for the team next year that when I come back, I can watch them go to states, and I'm excited for that. Our next topic we want to talk about is cross-country postseason and what that was like in the races that you guys participated in.
So the first race that me, Paige, and Kate raced was the Charger 3200, and I thought that went pretty well. It was a really exciting race. I think most of the people, if not everybody that went, was able to PR, which was like super exciting. And we hadn't raced the 3200 since the beginning of cross country. That was also like on a cross country course, so it was really exciting to just like see how far we've came since the beginning of cross country and get a chance to all kind of hang out and race the 3200.
Yeah, the Charger went great for me. I mean, I always considered myself to not really be a 3200 runner, which was definitely not a good mindset to have. And I think that that tune-up changed my mentality a lot. It got me a lot more excited for the 3200 and those longer distances on the track. It was really exciting to see like all of us reach our goals, and even more than reach our goals. Like I feel like all three of us, we went in order to like PR and stuff, and we all PR'd by over almost like 20 seconds, I think. So it was huge. It was really fun and definitely got me excited for track while still keeping us ready for the last few cross country races.
Yeah, I agree. The Charger was just like a really fun race. It was also like really like calm, almost like calm and quiet. Like there weren't very many like people there, and but like it still had, I don't know, like a good like motivational feel to it. So it was a good race. I did not do any postseason cross country races. I was just ready to get to track, and
trained through. But there were a couple more that y'all raced. Do you guys want to talk about NXR?
NXR was really fun. It was really a new experience, I'd say. A little bit of complications, right, Charlotte, with signing up. We both kind of had issues.
Yeah, unfortunately, I missed the deadline for that one, so I wasn't able to race in it. But I got to do a track meet instead.
Yeah, I almost missed the deadline, but I made it, which was awesome. But, sorry, a little bit of issues on our stand here. But yeah, it was a really good race for experience, but not really for time. It was, I don't want to say that Charlotte didn't miss out on much, but when it comes on time, she really did not miss out on the fastest race. It was really dusty and a lot of people, but definitely a cool environment.
Was that running?
You got it. The next postseason race that me, Kate, and Paige raced in was Running Lane. So what did you guys think of Running Lane?
I thought Running Lane was definitely like a fun experience to like go on like a really long road trip to Alabama and like spend the night in the hotel and, you know, do all the like fun things the hotel had, like the compression boots that were a bit polarizing on whether or not they felt relaxing or not, and like doing like going out to dinner and lunch with the people who went. But the race itself was definitely its own breed of a race. It was very, very muddy, and it just got muddier as the day went on. That was the last race, so it was like the most muddy by the time it rolled around. Although I don't think I was actually the last race. That was the last race of our team who went. And yeah, it was definitely a fun race. It wasn't a PR race, but it was like a fun environment to like be around people from like all over the country. And yeah.
Yeah, I always love Running Lane. It was my second year going there. And just like Paige said, going to Alabama, being in that race environment, being surrounded by such fast people, like even though our times that day weren't fast, I know that all the ladies I raced with were just phenomenal athletes all around. So it was really cool to get to spend time with them and be with the team in that area. So I'm always a big fan of Running Lane, but can't control the weather, and it was pretty disappointing this year when it came to the rain. So yeah.
Yeah, going off what Kate and Paige said, I thought it was a pretty fun weekend, and it was a good chance to kind of like get to hang out with the whole team. But unfortunately, it was like crazy muddy, which made the racing conditions pretty difficult. And I feel like Running Lane though, like as a race, they tried really hard to like control the factors the best they could. They like laid out like tarps on the course to try to like prevent it from getting muddy. But unfortunately, when there's like that much rain, it's just kind of up like a mud mess. But
yeah, they definitely did their best.
Yeah. I think our team as a whole had a really good like into cross country season. It was a good year for all of us, but now it's time to move into indoor track, which I'm very excited about. It's probably my favorite season. But we had our first indoor meet a couple weeks ago that me, Paige, and Charlotte ran the 1,000 in, which was the Turkey Invitational. I'll start talking about that one. It was like an experience because it's so hard to go from running a 5K to running like less than a mile. And it's a lot different to go from running like slower in a 5K to like getting your legs used to going fast again. So the race itself was not super smooth for my heat. I was like in the lead for a little bit, and Vera kept yelling at me. It was like, let Paige get on your shoulder. But I also wasn't really like, I couldn't hear him, wasn't really locked in on what Coach Vera was saying. So I just like kept running because I didn't know who was behind me. I didn't know that it was Paige. And so it was kind of just like a mess of like me trying to not let that girl behind me, which ended up being Paige, catch up to me. Paige like trying to get up to me. I don't know. It was kind of a hot mess, but it was fun. It reminded me how much I like to run fast on the track. So it was fun.
Yeah, I agree. Going from a 5K to 1,000 is definitely like a big jump as far as like speed and pacing goes. Like you say, it's going to go fast, but oh my gosh, does it go fast. Like when they rang the bell, I did not realize we were on the last lap. Like I could have sworn we had like 2 or 3 left. So I think definitely that transition was like really good to like get that kind of early on and not to like wait super late to start racing and then like have that wake up call later and have to like, I don't know. But it was good to like get some more race experience with the shorter races again.
Yeah, I think my first 1,000, like overall, went pretty good. I was put in a I raced it on a different day than Paige and Olivia. And wait, no, I didn't. Did I?
No, you were just in a different heat.
Oh, I was in a different heat than them, which at first was a little bit like kind of freaked me out to begin with because some of my like strategies going into race is just kind of like basing how I'm doing like off of my teammates, which in that race was a little different. But I was like seeded for I think first, and my like last time running the 1,000 was like around a year ago, so I was able to like kind of start the race from a lead and then kind of continue my lead throughout the 1,000, and then I was able to like win my heat, which was pretty exciting. So it was a good start to the season.
I was able to watch you guys, and even though like it was definitely a transition, it was, I don't know, Charlotte, like you won your heat really well. Like you definitely held your own. Like I know it's challenging to race alone, but it was exciting to I don't know. I hope that they know how difficult that is because you pulled it off really well and you got a great time with all that like being said and being alone in the heat.
Yeah, being in the front of your heat is always so hard. But then the next indoor track meet we had was the Forsyth series where Charlotte ran the 1,600 and Kate ran the 1,000. So do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so that was my first 1,600 going back into indoor in my second indoor meet. And honestly, that week I kind of didn't know what to expect from my race because I've kind of been having like a bad cough or whatever. And so I wasn't like feeling amazing going into the race, but I kind of like approached the race with a little bit more of a like relaxed like mentality, which I honestly like think kind of paid off. And so I started my race and I think I was seated for like 7th-ish, and I kind of found a pack and tried my best to hold on to the pack. And then I ended up like forming a little bit of a distance from the pack, but was still able to finish with like I think I got a 5:47, which was like a 9-second PR.
Yes.
It was a good start.
So proud.
Yeah, it's a good mile race.
If I'm being honest, I'm trying to remember that race. So you might have to remember it with me. Charlotte, do you remember?
Yeah. So wait, you have only done 1,000 this season, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've only done one indoor. Okay. This is the one we were against Lily Ball.
Yes. And
right?
Tatum.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good
Okay,
race
so-
for you.
Yes, it was a great race. Okay, thank you. I was seeded second, and the first seed didn't show up. My seed was not a great time because I hadn't really had a good 1,000 race before, so I wasn't really sure what I was going for. Like, I didn't really have like a goal when it came to time. I knew I just wanted to PR and lower that seed time. And so when I went out, I was kind of, again, unsure of how to run the 1,000. It was definitely an adjustment, just like everyone's been saying, a lot faster than the 5K. And the first 2 laps, I think I was alone, and I was really comfortable with what I was, but I think I was a little too comfortable. I didn't really speed up soon enough. But once the girl behind me caught me, I kind of clicked in my brain, and I realized, like, I can go, like I can move now. So I definitely picked it up. I think I split. I did a negative split and finished really strong. So it was great to just get out there and run fast again and know what it feels like to get some speed under your legs. It was a good feeling and a good race overall.
Yeah, I think that was definitely a really cool race to also watch. And one thing that Vera's like been talking about throughout her racing is making sure you're like passing with authority. Like when you get to somebody, making sure that you like fully pass them. And I feel like that's something that you like did really well in that race with Lily Ball. Like when you saw she caught you, you like automatically went. And I feel like that really helped your overall race. And yeah, that was a really good race.
It was.
Yeah, thank you. Lily, you ran the 500 after that, right, in the next race? So you like really ran fast because we were talking about thousands, but 500's even less than that.
Yeah, the 500, like I did it once last year, and I was just like, I loved it. And so Veras was like, we're gonna put you in the 500 to work on your speed to get faster for the 1,000 and 800. And I was like, okay. And I raced it on, what day was that, Tuesday?
Yeah.
On Tuesday. And it was so fun. So my teammates Zoe and Slade were in the heat before me. And Coach Burton watched their start and was like, they just got out like as distance runners trying to pace themselves, which I also like would have done because we're not used to all of the like the getting out fast. And so the sprint coach, Coach Burton, came over before my race and was like, you just like have to get out. Like there's no time for you to pace. Just get out and keep going fast. So I think that was really helpful in my mind. Like on the starting line before the gun went off, I was just like, okay, guess I just have to sprint basically. So that's what I did. And there are definitely some spots where I know like I could have gone faster. And like, I don't know, running 2.5 laps on an indoor track is just crazy because you're done in less than a minute and a half. So there's lots of room for improvement, but overall it was a really good race and I had a lot of fun and I'm excited to do it more in the future.
You're also able to PR on that race, right?
Yes, by 0.07 seconds or something, but
A PR
still,
is a
a
PR.
PR is a PR.
Especially in the 500,
Yeah.
every 0.01
Yeah.
counts.
Exactly.
That's the crazy thing with a 500. It's like second makes up a lot.
Yeah, for sure. On Monday, Paige had to run in a meet all alone. Do you want to talk about that, Paige?
Yeah, I had a band concert Tuesday, so I wasn't able to go to that meet. So I went to the Monday meet, and none of the distance team went because they were racing Tuesday. So that was definitely an interesting experience. It was also definitely a more relaxed meet. Like there weren't very many people there. So it was definitely different to not have as much loud cheering. Like I could hear my mom and she talks when she cheers. So it was definitely a different vibe from normal. And then the week before that we had the dance concert. And then that Saturday I had a workout, like a track workout. And then that Sunday I swam in a swim meet. So I definitely wasn't like setting myself up for success. What I now realize, didn't really think all that through. But it was still a good race. And yeah, I think it went well. I learned a lot about like pacing through the mile, and also like it does go a lot faster than a 5K. Who would have thought? And also that I need to work on like not keeping my arms as high and not bouncing as much, which were definitely all good things to notice and work on throughout the season.
Yeah,
She
for
dances,
sure.
she does band, she runs, she swims. What else is there?
Wow. What is it? Quadruple F?
Yeah,
Quadruple.
sure.
Yeah.
Well-rounded.
Yeah, well-rounded.
That's impressive.
Yeah, on Tuesday, right? Tuesday?
Yeah, this past Tuesday we had a another track meet that I was able to do the 1,000 and then Lily ran the 500 again.
Yeah. No, that was my only time running the 500.
Oh,
We just skipped ahead a
never
little bit.
mind.
It's okay. But talk about your 1,000 because it was really good.
So my 1,000 went overall pretty well. I started the race and I kind of like didn't get out the best, which has kind of been like something that I've been trying to work on in track meets. And so I kind of like realized very quickly, like once the race started, that I'd got boxed in. So I kind of like moved to the 6th lane and then kind of ran like about 100 meters and then kind of like cut back in. And then I was able to race the majority of the 1,000 with Dempsey from West Forsyth and kind of like use her pacing to kind of help get me through each lap or whatever. And it ended up playing out pretty well. I was able to break 3:30, which was pretty exciting for 1,000. I feel like I also like during that race experience kind of learned how to like the importance of getting out in a race, because I feel like that could be like super challenging, especially like you guys have been saying, like going from like the 5K to the track events. It's like you're so used to like settling in automatically, but like in an 1,000 there's really just like not time to settle in. So
Yeah, she killed it. It was a really exciting race to watch too. Going back to what Paige was saying about the dance concert. So last week, all 4 of us kind of didn't have the best training week because like me and Paige were in the dance concert and Kate and Charlotte were sick. So like I'll start. We had the dance concert which I was not looking that much forward to. I'm not a dancer. I just had to take it for like a college course or whatever to get in. And I needed an art credit, and I was like, I'll just take dance. Like, I'll take it with my younger sister who's a freshman. It'll be fun. So I'm in this freshman year dance class, and I was just like, all right. And so we get to concert week, and she's like, yeah, we have dress rehearsal Monday, Tuesday, concert Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm like, okay, so when am I supposed to go to practice? And she's like, you're not. I was like, oh, okay. So, like me, my sister, and some teammates had to wake up like 5 a.m. to run before school. We got our runs in, that's for sure, but they weren't like as quality runs as it in the dark at 5 a.m. as they could have been like after school in the daylight with the rest of your team. And it was hard to get in supplemental work because we didn't have access to bleachers to do stadium speed or our sandbags to do our sandbag course. So I think that it just, like, we did our best that we could, but also it definitely set us back a little bit from that performance week. But we're back on track. We're recovering. So anyone else want to talk about that last crazy week?
I had a blast with the dance concert.
Yes.
Okay.
Went on
Yeah.
Friday, and you guys killed it. It was really fun to watch.
Thanks.
Charlotte and I got separated in the seats. There were so many people, and we got there apparently not early enough, which apparently you have to go an hour early to get a seat.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it was worth the hype. It was so much fun. I loved getting to see you guys dance. The Minion dance blew me away. And the Dig a Little Deeper, it was all just so good.
Oh, yes.
So any of our listeners, if you get a chance to go to the Reagan Dance Department production, 10 out of 10, I recommend.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, that was definitely cool to see what you guys have been working on and enacting at practice for months. So
Oh, yes.
quite exciting.
But yeah, also you mentioned the sick week. I was thankfully well enough to see the concert on Friday, but then later that weekend on Sunday, just got a really bad sore throat and kind of head cold. So it didn't affect me like crazy a ton because I really wanted to kick that sickness in the butt, and I rested a lot on Monday and Tuesday. And I think I'm pretty much fully recovered. I feel way better yesterday and today, but that meant I missed the racing on Monday and Tuesday. So that's why I wasn't there and I couldn't watch them. But it was fun to look online and constantly check the results and see all your guys' PRs. So, and I'm back now.
Yeah,
Friday,
that's great.
I'll be back and ready to go. Not sick.
Yeah.
So how do you guys feel about the current state of like training right now? And are any of you guys racing on Friday?
I'm racing on Friday. I think I might be the only one.
Yeah, I'm not racing Friday.
What event are you running on Friday?
I'm running the 1600. So last year I ran the 1600 once, indoor and outdoor. And well, I ran it in a way that made it so I only ran it once. We took a break from that event for a while, and so I'm excited to get back into it, definitely, but a little nerve-wracking going back to the 1600, but I think it'll be fun. It's a big meet, a lot of people, a lot of great competitors, so I'm pretty excited to give it a try again, hopefully redeem myself.
Yeah. You're fitter. What does Vera say? You're fitter and faster.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you got it. It'll be a good race.
What are you guys' plans over the Christmas holiday?
I'm going to Disney World with my
Ooh,
family. Super fun. Yeah.
so exciting.
Yeah, that's fun.
Last year, well, usually with my like extended family, like my cousins, we have like a big Christmas and we all get each other like a bunch of gifts. And I like, as much as I love presents, like I'm more of an like experience over material girl. And so last year I was like, why don't we go somewhere for Christmas? And my older cousin was like, no, like I want to stay in South Carolina like we usually do and get presents. It's my senior year. And I was like, okay, well this year it's my senior year. So I was like, if she got to do that last year, I get to do what I want to do this year. So I was like, okay, like no presents. Well, we did like a Secret Santa, one present, but basically no presents. We're going to go somewhere. And I hate the cold more than anything. And summer is my favorite. So I was like, I want to go somewhere warm. And so I like talked about it with my parents and like my family. So we planned a trip to Puerto Rico over Christmas break, spending New Year's there. So yeah, I'm really excited. Get to go be in 80-degree weather again. Get me out of this 30, 40-degree weather.
Yeah, that's super fun.
I'm excited.
Man, I'm a little jealous of the weather, but
Yeah.
I'm doing the opposite. I'm going skiing in snow too. So I'm taking a trip to colder weather, and yeah, I mean, which is fun. But now that I'm like realizing I had another option to like not go to
Yeah.
colder weather, I'm kind of second guessing myself. Just kidding. I'm excited for
No,
skiing.
you're really
I'm
good at
excited.
skiing, so you'll have fun.
I'm excited to see the pictures from the beach trip too.
Yes. Can't wait. What about you, Charlotte?
Over Christmas break, I'm like staying here until Christmas, and then the day after Christmas, I'm heading to the beach to visit my grandparents. So, yeah.
Do you guys, we can talk about the current state of the distance program. Like, how are we feeling about training? And have we, like, I don't know, just talk about the training, I guess.
I think the training overall went really well. Recently, I feel like these past few weeks have been a little more difficult, like with the like having like more people like getting sick because of like the colder weather, and then also having like the dance week, and also teachers just kind of like racking up on homework before break, which I feel like has kind of been the case.
Yeah.
But overall, I feel like it's been really good. We've been getting to kind of like consistently run together and also focus on the supplemental stuff, which has been nice.
Yeah, I agree. I think our supplemental work has definitely been amping up a little bit in intensity, and we're starting to like add in a couple more routines, and I think that's good. Like, I know personally for me, like my hips get really tight, which caused some issues with my knee, so we've added this like new hip mobility routine, and I definitely am enjoying that one. And we're going to start getting back into like some of the other exercises that we did during indoor and outdoor last year.
Yeah, we've started like getting back into like reverse hill walks and all the good stuff we used to do in indoor and outdoor, which I like a lot. Like, it actually makes me feel like I'm getting stronger, which I think helps me both physically and mentally, like in races. So I like the supplemental work a lot. I'm excited. I think we have really good training going on right now. I think it's only going to get better. So can't wait.
I love that you said that, like that you feel stronger, because I love cross country, but sometimes I feel like for the training and for the races, it almost just feels like, how much can you wear yourself down, you know? If that makes sense. You're just hanging in there for as long as possible. But track, for the races and for the training, it feels like, how can you build yourself up almost? I don't know. It just feels like so much more adrenaline and strength goes into my races, which maybe that's a flaw on how I run cross-country races. But I just love the feeling of like strength that I get when I'm on the track, I guess. So I definitely have been seeing that in our training too, with the backward hill walks, and my I better have abs after all these core routines.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely have been feeling stronger with that too.
Yeah. Since 2023 is almost over, which is crazy, how have you grown this year as an athlete and as a person?
I think like as an athlete, I like definitely have like really like learned how to run and how to race and like train. And also I think my main thing is learning how to recover. Like last year it was like starting like running, but I think like this summer I realized like if you're not doing like the stretching and the icing and the like other stuff to like take care of your body, it doesn't really work out. And so learning how to do those things and the right things to do to just keep your body like happy and healthy and, you know, moving in the right direction, I think is where I've grown the most. think as a person, I think I've like started to do a lot more like, well, what was this person thinking when they did this, and not like jumping to conclusions and being like, oh my gosh, like how could someone do this, and just trying to think the way other people think, and just like, yeah.
That's great. For me, I'd say both like racing. Wait, sorry. There we go. Charlotte's face was being blinded. I think both as like an athlete and a person, just working on being more positive, because I know like last year during indoor and outdoor, I would just like get so down and be like, sometimes I don't like running and I don't want to go to practice today and I don't want to do this, and I had a horrible race, which I think kind of made me not love running as much. And so this year, especially in cross country, I was like, I just have to like try and be positive. Like I know like sucky things happen and every day is not going to be great, but just working on that positive mindset of this might be hard now, but it'll be worth it when I PR in the 1,000. Or like I might have failed this test at school, but like doesn't really matter that much in like the grand scheme of my grade and all the things. So I think that, okay, Charlotte, I just give up. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I think just working on like growing up and building stronger relationships with people that I like want to keep in my life after high school is something I've also been working on. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like as an athlete and as a person, they've honestly kind of been going hand in hand this year, because I've been learning about what makes me happy a lot. I've been having to definitely the past couple months relearn like how to do things like for myself, and making sure that I'm doing what I want to, and that like I can be happy by myself, if that makes sense. And I think that running has like shown up so much in that. Like I didn't realize how important it was for me to get that exercise in and be with my team and work hard in something. I think I always hated races so much. I always thought that I loved practices because they were fun and they were challenging, but not too challenging. And then I didn't really like races because they would always disappoint me. But this year am starting to learn how to find fulfillment and joy in pushing myself, I guess, and learning how to like be proud of myself no matter what, I think has been really important. And that's shown up a ton in racing, and just reminding myself like that I'm not defined by my times, but I also love to work for something. I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to like come to practice every day and work hard and see those see those goals be reached. So finding a balance of pushing myself, but still just being happy with where I'm at has been huge for me this year. And I think I definitely owe a lot to you guys, to all the teammates. You guys are constant reminders that I'm enough and make it really fun to work hard for something. So it's been a great year.
Yeah, it has.
I think like as an athlete, how I've grown this year is I've been trying to focus on like the like shifting my mindset from each race, from like the distance, and like being able to race like different distances with different speeds that I'm like have to race in them. And also like I've been trying to work on the like I can perspective, and not the like I'm not made to come to practice. Like there is so much like goodness in track and in cross country, and like just focusing on like I get to run. Like I don't know, just trying to be focused on it, or thankful for getting to run, and just like getting to show up every day and put in the work and see the results. And then as a person, I think I'm just trying to work on like, or I've been growing and trying to work on just like focusing on the positives every day, and kind of like Lily was saying, like having perspective on things. Like a test grade isn't like the end all be all, and just kind of trying to find the like positive side to things, and keeping in mind like one thing doesn't have to define like the whole day or like the whole year or something like that.
Yeah.
Been a pretty good year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any goals for 2024 that you can think of?
I'll
go. I have one. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, I need to learn how to be more like independent and like home stuff, because like I am going to college in however long till August, which is crazy. But I did have to call my mom the other day and ask if a coffee mug could go in the microwave. So I think I need to learn, like I need a crash course on how to live on your own without blowing up a house. Or like I didn't know how to change a tire until recently. So I just like being more independent and learning skills that you actually need for the real world is definitely one of my main focuses in 2024. So I don't have to call my mom every single second asking if things can go in the microwave.
What was the answer? Just like for future reference.
You can, unless it has, like, we have these coffee mugs and it's like it says like don't make me text Santa, which is like so funny, so cute, but you can't put it in the microwave because as the paint is like metal or something.
Oh, does it have the double lining thing too? I don't know. I've heard something about that in dishwashers.
I don't know, but if you can't put it in the microwave if it has metal on it.
Oh, right. Okay, good to know.
But you can put a normal one in there.
Well, I guess that's a really good one. I might have to steal that. Becoming more independent is like definitely a goal of mine too. I should probably work on that as well. But my main one for next year is probably finding like joy and constant things around me, things that I take for granted, like my relationship with my parents, just making sure that I've always had a really great one with them and making sure that I just am working hard to keep those little things good, you know, making sure I like my friendships with my teammates, making sure I keep those little things, keep watering those plants, you know, and focusing on those small constants in my life that I'm really grateful for.
My goals for 2024 is I kind of want to focus on like organization. I'm a pretty like all over the place person with like, I don't know, kind of every aspect of my life. And so like focusing on like the little things like keeping my room clean, like knowing where my like homework assignments are and stuff like that. And then also like procrastination. It's been a reoccurring theme with like psych homework and various other assignments, and even just like daily random stuff I need to do, like cleaning or just like texting somebody back or something like that. So like just focusing on like being more organized and not procrastinating.
I like doing your psych vocab words at JDL. I think it's a team bonding experience.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to save those.
Yeah.
Okay, mine's kind of like an independence thing. I wanna get on the road and drive. That's my goal for 2024.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great goal.
Also confidence. Those two things go hand in hand a little bit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for 2024. It's gonna be a good year, both on and off the track, I think.
Yeah. Speaking of 2024, what do you guys like envision the Reagan distance team looking in 2024? Like, do you have any like goals specifically for yourself, like during the outdoor season, or just like what you envision this team looking like? It's kind of a big question, but
I mean, 2024, that includes next cross country season.
yeah.
So that means a new freshman group,
Mm-hmm.
out with the old Lily, in with the new.
Bye, guys.
That's going to be a struggle, losing Lily. I mean, best friends on and off the track. Like, I'm serious. Like, you really will.
Stop!
Man, we're not crying today.
No, not on the podcast.
No, but yeah, it'll be probably one of my goals is to make sure that we just are really fast with introducing those new girls onto the team. I think we are really lucky to have the bonding that we do, and so the faster that we can make those girls comfortable, I think the better we are as a team. And I think that running wise, we have a really good shot next year. Our boys, we had conference champs this year. I think we're going to do that again next year. We have some great middle school runners coming up. And for girls, I don't know. I think the sky's the limit. We have a really young program, and as we develop, we just get faster and faster. And with less injuries and more new fresh runners, I think that next year could be the start of something really big for Reagan girls, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think that, well, back to when I'm let's move back to not next cross-country season. But for indoor and outdoor, I think just qualifying the 4x8 for me is one of the big things that I think we can definitely do. And I'm excited for that, both indoor and hopefully outdoor, but definitely regionals for outdoor. I think that'll be fun. And then, like, after I leave, just making sure I keep running, because I do love running, and just making it a priority for me to go out on my college campus or whatever and get in a run so I can come back and actually run with them, and so I'm not embarrassed.
Yeah, I think like one thing that I like want to focus on like for Reagan distance as a whole is just like kind of like Kate was talking about, like the team aspect and just kind of like getting to hang out with the team and like kind of build the like team bonding aspect of track, because I feel like that plays out a lot, like not only at practice, like it makes practice a lot more enjoyable, but like also when you're getting ready for a race and you know that you have like the whole team like they're supporting you. I feel like it makes a big difference in like results as well.
For sure.
No, it's definitely different to have like a bunch of people who you like kind of know from practice like cheering for you versus like having like a whole group of people you know like really well and would consider to be your friends like cheering for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Good things coming for sure next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kate, do you have a joke for us?
So, did you guys know that British people call elevators lifts?
Really?
I guess that we're just raised differently.
Okay.
Don't worry, one thing that won't change next year will be my jokes.
Oh, good. I'm so sad I have to miss them every day.
I think so.
All right. Well, thank you to sorry. Well, thanks for everyone for doing this podcast with us, and thank you to Tobacco Road Sports Radio for helping our program get this podcast started. Make sure to check this episode and previous ones out on YouTube or wherever you hear your favorite podcast. Remember, don't be afraid of success or of getting spiked.